Hey, hello, 9 o'clock crowd. How are you? There we go. Hi, everyone. It's 9 o'clock on a Tuesday, and I kind of like the evening ones better, but the Saturday one was nice as well. It kind of put me in a really good mood for the rest of the day, where this one today is pretty interesting. I was feeling a lot of heaviness in my heart a few hours before we started the call, and I'm like, okay, what am I feeling? It feels so heavy. And I sat in meditation and I made some notes. And I think I got to the bottom of it, but I'm not entirely sure. And it's okay. So whatever's up, bubbling up for a lot of us, it will kind of release today. So if you started to feel a little bit off before the call, maybe just an hour, 10 minutes. Some of us feel off for a few hours before. That's just this powerful healing energy that's your higher self getting ready to release the next layer. And it can be an emotional issue, a mental issue, a physical issue. We don't have to understand it. It's not just one thing, it's a magnitude of things because we're such multidimensional beings. So just be with it. I know it's kind of unsettling, and sometimes we can see the beauty in life, and everything's just so beautiful out there. And you're just like, oh, and wonder, I'm so happy to be on this planet. And then we can be like, why are we here? Because everything's falling apart. And it's so interesting, this healing journey. And I see it with a lot of clients that are coming in and just people just talking, and you can just hear what they're going through. The neat thing is when we decide to live a life without fear, because we're healing, we're becoming more aware, more present. And really that's what meditation does. It brings us into presence where there's nothing to be fearful in present moment. You think about it. If you're one that worries about your children or your finances or your job or this or that, right now in this moment, is everything okay? So if we stay in present moment and not worrying about the future or regretting the past, everything's all right. But when you're in present moment, it's a beautiful place to be, and you can raise your vibration and get yourself even higher frequency and feeling really good. It's a bit of work to do that, and there's tips and tricks you can use. I have a big toolbox for myself where, depending on what's coming up, maybe I heard a client and I picked up some of their sadness, which I try not to do. Sometimes I'll just have to go do a clearing or a grounding or something like that so I can stay clear in my field. But sometimes if one of your children are upset, or a family member or a loved one, or you're arguing, it can really bring you down. So how do you get into that alignment? Well, knowing that fear is the last thing you want to be in, because fear will just bring more fear. Worry will just bring more worry. So we want to avoid those negative things, and they are false. So generally, if a negative thought comes in, if you catch it as soon as it gets in, you're more likely to help dissolve it and release it and move out of it. But if you're not aware of that negative thought and you ignore it, what will happen is it will call in another negative thought. And soon enough, you'll lose connection, presence, and you'll slowly start to lower your mood as your vibration starts to decrease. So the tricks that I use, because it doesn't matter who we are, we all have worries of some sort. But if a worried thought comes through, I do my best to stay on top of it. And I usually ask Archangel Michael, please dissolve this negative thought, because that's all it is. It's a fearful thought, and it might not even be coming from within me, but it could be coming from my environment. It's very interesting because as we're going through these uncomfortable times, and there's a lot of bubbling up on this planet, many of us are no longer creating in fear. Now, not to say we have no fear at all. And there's a difference when I say fear. So for instance, if I am going to the beach and it says, be careful of sharks. Well, I'm not scared of the sharks. I'm not, fearful of the sharks, but I am going to use discernment or prudence, and I'm not going to swim with the sharks because I owe my body, I owe it some respect that I don't want to go in there and get eaten by a shark and lose a limb. But I'm not scared. There's a difference, right? So I'm not scared of it. I'm just using discernment. There are sharks. I'm not going to go swim with them. Another thing, there's a fire in my house. I'm not going to stay in my house. Yeah, okay, so if there's a fire, I'm going to sit here and meditate. No, I'm going to leave because that's discernment. I'm not scared of the fire, but I need to get me and my family out of that. So it's getting out of harm's way. Fear to me is more when you start to let your mind go wild. Like, say if this happens, say if that happens, or you're walking in the dark. Like, how many of you can walk in the dark, like pure dark outside, and not be fearful? I would have never been able to do that back in the day, but now I can walk in pure dark, and I have a knowing that I'm safe and nothing. I don't feel creepiness in hiding. Whereas in the past, I used to think everything was creepy. Oh, maybe something's there and something's there, and you can see that in a lot of kids. There's just a natural fear. I take a child out for a walk in the dark and they're looking around and like, I don't like this. And where do they get that fear from? It's kind of something that humanity has within them. So as you go through these healing process, and your own journey is your own journey, there's no rush, you're doing it at your own time, but you'll notice that you can really release a lot of that fear that we innately had as children. We were reinforced by our parents, be careful of this, be careful of that, or if you don't listen, the boogeyman's coming. That really gets into our subconscious mind. That boogeyman's coming, right? So it's releasing all those things. Now, if you decide to work on yourself and let go of fear, and you do the work, and you're no longer creating in fear, that's great, because your new creations are not in fear. But the frustrating thing is that a lot of our old creations that were created in fear still need to come to the surface and heal. So a lot of people, and I'll raise my hands for this, it's frustrating because I'm living a life where I'm no longer in fear. I don't lie. Now, when I say I don't lie, my daughter caught me in a lie this weekend, and it was about what we're going to have for dinner. And I was just playing a trick on her. We're learning about lying, and no lie is a good lie. And then she said, but you just lied. And I said, wow, that's a very fine line where you're kidding, but you have a little white lie. And then there's the bigger lie. And then there's this. So I'm doing the best I can to live my life without any lies. Meaning, if someone asks me, do I look good in the past? I say, yeah, you look great, because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. And now I'm saying, okay, sometimes I may not answer you. And if I don't answer you, it's probably because I don't want to say a lie. So if you ask me if you look great, and I don't answer you, it's probably because I don't think you do, like physically, but I always find everyone looks so beautiful inside. So I know what someone's asking, do I look good with the clothes or my hair? And if that's what they're asking, and if they don't, I don't want to tell them they look good, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. So you kind of get this thing. So I'm trying to live a life where I have no fear. And that means no fear of the dark, no fear of what's coming in the future, no fear of other people's judgments, no fear of this, no fear of that. Then I say that, and then I still have fear of other people's judgment. So do we ever release the fear completely? I think we can work at it. It is a work in progress, because a lot of us have fear of being alone, fear of being abandoned, fear of not having food, if you think about all the things what we can be fearful of, There's the lack of health, lack of money, lack of food. What does the future have to hold for us? A lot of people are actually scared of peace. Because think about it, if there was peace on this planet and everyone had food on their table and everyone was being fed, would there be enough food for me? Would I have to give up what I have to help other people? So there's a lot of, and you hear about people say, oh, well, war is actually good. It's good for the economy. It's good for this. And you're thinking, where are they coming from? It's a fear of lack. So if we sit down and we write our fears down, it's very interesting if you just automatically start writing all your fears down, what will come up? And those are the fears you can work on to release them, because you don't want to create your future with any fear. Now, that being said, there's the old creations that were created in fear that need to come up for healing. So sometimes we see our lives in chaos. We see the world in chaos. Well, that is the old creations from humanity's fear, individually and collectively, playing out for healing. Now, when we see it, we don't want to fight against it. This is something we as humanity created. What we're seeing on this planet, we created. And it was maybe past lives, this lives. It's a creation of all of humanity. So were we a part of it? And I believe each and every one of us were probably a part of it. Unless you're a new soul to this planet for the very first time, perhaps not you. But I've been here a long time, many, many lifetimes. So I assume and take responsibility for the chaos that's on this planet, at least my part of it. So how do we start to heal it? You don't want to fight against what we see. We want to hold it in the light. A lie cannot stay a lie in the presence of truth. Darkness cannot stay dark in the presence of light. So, easier said than done. We're watching things on the news. You're hearing about things that are happening. What happens? You feel anger, you feel worry, you feel sadness, you feel all those lower energies that humanity dips into very easily, because we all have light and dark. And remember, we've been living in a dark, heavy energy for thousands of years. It's only this shift that we're in where we are bringing light to all of this. So it is a transition that is happening slowly, but gradually. And it's happening individually and collectively. Collectively, the human race in the etheric field has agreed that we are going to shift. The ascension process is in place. But each individual has their own free will to either come back to unity or stay in separation. Now, let's say you're living a life and yeah, I want to have this, this, and this. I'll take some of this. And you're trying to cater what you want, where you want to change spiritually and grow spiritually, and what you don't want to change. And you take these deep breaths because change is scary. Like, I don't want to change my job. I don't want to change this. I don't want to change that. But I'd like to change this and this and this. And we're trying to pick and choose. So it's interesting because I always get told when I used to try to fight that you can't have, it's either all or none. You can't just say, I'm going to be this and stop, because then you're just I was staying in separation. So I had to jump all in, say, yes, I am coming back to the one. Now, does that mean I lose my individuality? Does that mean I don't know my kids' names? Does that mean I don't know how to drink tea and eat and have fun? No. But does it mean your whole world can rock upside down and backwards? Yeah. Is it scary? Of course, because change is scary even when it is for the highest good. But we're in this ascension process, whether we like it or not, whether we know about it or not, and whether we want to go with it or not. But the alternative was humanity didn't make it. And we did make it. And there's not going to be a World War III. We are not going to implode or anything like that. But what we are going through is a very uncomfortable process of healing, where the darkness on this planet, the sadness, the lack, all that negativity, low energy stuff that had interwoven into humanity's consciousness is healing. And we're on a beautiful path of healing. Although I'm sure everyone can raise their hand, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. That is where you can connect to you. You are a magnificent being of light. You are connected to God. You are a piece of God. We all are. So when I look at somebody and I may not like their behavior, oh my goodness, some people's behavior is just like, wow. But I can't judge them because I don't know what they've been through. A lot of the dysfunction in humanity stems from childhood trauma that wants to be heard, be known. It's almost like if a child goes through trauma, we branch out or we splinter off. So there's a part of us that's kind of there in trauma that's replaying the trauma. And it can be pretty powerful, and it wants the attention of the host, which is us, but it doesn't know how to get it because it's dysfunctional. It's reliving that trauma. It's almost like a soul fragment, a fragmentation. They can call them splinters. So what happens is in your subconscious mind, this thing's playing because it's a part of you that was hurt. And some of us have more than one time we've been traumatized. But what will happen is that part of you will attract experiences to replay the trauma because that's all it knows. It only knows fear, it only knows sadness, and it wants to repeat it. Fear isn't very smart, but it does like to replicate. So it will replicate, and people will try to live a life, yet they keep going into the same relationships where they're abandoned or abused or this or that. It's same type of theme, different places, different faces, but the theme is there. And people will say, why is this happening to me? It doesn't make sense. And a lot of people forget they even had that trauma because it happened at such a young age. So that's just one aspect of our multidimensionality. So as we do these healings, we can start to release that fear, the traumas we had, but it needs to be done in layers. It just can't all be pulled out because you think about it, it's okay, let's say if you're 50 years old or you're 40 years old, you've been replaying that for a very long time. Children heal quicker, usually before age 12, because their brain waves are different, so you can kind of tap into the subconscious easier to release it. But as we kind of adultize our brains, it's a bit harder, but not impossible, but just needs a little more pulling out, releasing, pulling out, releasing. But what's interesting is here you are thinking, I've done so much work. I'm creating with very little fear nowadays. I'm speaking my truth. I'm holding my patterns. I have my boundaries. My finances are better. My relationship, everything seems to be working out. But yet circumstances come up that don't make sense. It's not because you're creating that now. It's your past coming up for healing. So honor the healing. Look at it, acknowledge it. Don't turn a blind eye to the experiences that come your way. I had a client come in the other day, first time ever meeting this person. And what was said was, every experience that comes my way, I look at it, what can I learn from it? And that's what I usually do. I got very excited. So we had a very cool conversation. Because even those uncomfortable things that actually make my stomach want to turn, I feel so uncomfortable, I look at it and say, what am I going to learn from this? And sometimes it can be conflict. It could be someone blatantly lying and you want to just strangle them, but holding the situation in the light. May the truth be known. I was taught something a while ago, and actually it came from a very wise person, and I use it. I always say, may the truth be known, reveal the truth of this situation. May I see all aspects of it. What am I supposed to learn? It was those kind of, I'm asking for the wisdom, for the knowledge to understand what is before me. Because the 3D Brenda isn't going to fully understand what I need to understand from the situation. But we all have access to our higher self. Our higher self knows why these things are coming up, what has happened in the past, where we are along our soul's journey. So you can simply ask, may I get out of the way, and may my higher being, my soul, help me understand what I'm supposed to learn. And if you do this, you might get a completely different answer than if you didn't do that. Because the 3D self, we're thinking with our minds, we're trying to think logically, and thinking logically is not a bad thing, but we don't have sometimes the full picture. Sometimes we're thinking with our heart, which gets confused. But when you really tap into your higher self, you get a clear knowing of what is there. And when you know, you can feel it in yourselves that this is the right answer. So as a lot of this stuff is revealing, and the uncomfortableness that we're going through, just hold your power, hold your light, and you'll see that a very difficult situation that in the past would have turned out a very bad way will not turn out a very bad way in this new energy. I was talking to someone, older lady, beautiful, but she kind of said to me, oh, well, it's always like that, so don't expect a different outcome. And I challenged her. I said, I get that A used to be equal, I don't know, A used to give you this outcome. But now in this new energy, if you hold the light, hold the vibration, and shine light on a situation, you can get a completely more beneficial outcome than in the old energy. So, okay, let's talk like past lives. If you were a healer, if you were someone holding the light, most likely you would be killed somehow, burned at a stake, whatever it was. So a lot of healers, a lot of people holding the light are scared in this lifetime because, oh my gosh, they have this Akashic record that gets activated. I can't go public. I can't say this because there's that fear that's running in the background because of what happened in the old energy. That old energy does not run the planet like it used to. The light does, and it's getting stronger every day. Now, it might be a metaphor when I say the light is getting stronger, but it's the humanity's hearts are opening. We are the ones holding the light. It is up to humanity to change what we created. So now we have this extra light on the planet. So what happened in the past is not going to happen in this new energy. So for the people who feel that call in their heart to be a light worker, to stand up for humanity, to send peace, to vocalize love, to be that light, that lighthouse for those who can't, it's safe to do it now. And the only fear that you're feeling is residual fear from old memories of what happened in an older energy. So as we start to break out and shine our light, you're going to hold that light for more people to hold their light. And there's that beautiful popcorn effect that I mentioned. So as we heal, others around us heal, and it's just beautiful. And that's what's happening in humanity right now. And sometimes I feel like, wow, it's happening way too slow. But then I see glimpses of it where it's happening super fast. So as your own realities, your own situations are coming up for healing, honor them as uncomfortable as they are. And they are blessings from the universe when your past comes to haunt you. It's not coming to haunt you, it's coming for healing. And you can call it karma, cause and effect. Every situation I'm in, I know I created. Now, I didn't create it because, let's say, I was a bad person, but maybe I was. But sometimes I was bad to me. A lot of us are. I find a lot of people that come see me, a lot of people that are on their healing journeys aren't mean people. We're not hurting people intentionally. What we're actually doing is being kind and giving to everyone, but we are actually holding ourselves out of the collective, out of the love. So we will put ourselves down, we'll give, and but we don't deserve love. So that's part of our own healing, getting back our self-love. But if you think about it, those creations made in the past, where you may have had some unbalanced relationships, as you start to fill your cup, as you start to reconnect with you, as you start to grow your boundaries and really love yourself, what you're going to find in the process of healing, that past is going to come and bite you in the butt, because you now have to look at it in this new power and rectify it. And it's uncomfortable as you're learning to stand up for yourself, as you're learning to hold the light for yourself and others. But it's a kind of a neat process. And actually, I was thinking, I have this Facebook group, and it's a private group, and it's kind of been untouched for a while. And I almost had this like to reopen it again, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are really starting to unravel their lives as part of healing, and they're very uncomfortable. So I get a lot of emails of people needing support and not understanding, if I'm being a good person and I'm healing, why is my life unraveling so difficultly? So, and it's like usually it's one person and they don't have any friends on the journey, no one in their family on the journey, so they don't have anyone to talk to. So there's a few things. I was thinking, let's open up that Facebook page so people can openly chat about their feelings and what they're going through. Last time I had it open, I think I was the only one talking, and I just felt like I was talking, and I felt like I was almost telling people what to do, and it didn't seem right. But if it's more of a collective where people feel comfortable, it's a safe place. We can just say what we want and really connect. That would be nice. I'm also thinking of bringing, doing an open house, but not a different open house at the new property here in summer, where people who feel like they don't have friends anymore, because everything's changing, just have a day, a barbecue day where people can come and reconnect with people like-minded. So I'm going to put those out there as thoughts. It's interesting. I'm on a lot of healing websites or group chats. And what I find is it's just healers competing for business. It's kind of cute when I watch them, right? So all these healers are supposed to come together to connect and support each other. And it's like they're just trying to, so I kind of backed out of those. And if I can find a group that's really there to connect and be honest with each other, then that's kind of what I'm looking for. And there are some. I'm on Om Heals, and I find it's a lovely group of people who are really there for each other. So it's a lot of us are trying to find our niche. Where do we belong? Where can I express openly? I'm going through so much, and no one in my family understands. I get it. You know, I'm blessed to have a partner that really gets it, but it's taken like most of my life to find this person. But I've done most of this alone, so I love to support people along the way. Just know where you are is perfect and evolving. And as we go through this healing today, if you have emotions, frustration, anger towards yourself, resentment, shame, embarrassment, just let all that go, because you are not the same person you were 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago. Regret, shame, and embarrassment is only an indicator that you've grown and changed and you see things differently. So use it as that. Hey, great, I'm not that person. Yes, I made mistakes. And when your past comes to bite you in the butt, it reminds you of your mistakes. Bless them, bless yourself, forgive yourself, and just be that light for yourself. Be that kindness for yourself, that compassion, kindness that you show to others, show it to yourself. You deserve it. And hold yourself in the light and just breathe deeply, do what you can to feel good. I hope that made sense. Anyway, I made a bunch of notes that came in, a quick meditation before I started. And I was feeling a heavy heart, and I do feel lighter. I'm going to play some music. We're going to get into the healing part, which is really the nice thing. Although the energies have been flowing. And is today the 21st? It's the first day of spring. So there's been an extra energy in the air. So that's probably like, everyone talks about that new energy coming through. I always say, when you set intentions, like, I want this, I just surrender, may whatever's meant to be come my way. I really stop manifesting. I really stop trying to create my reality with my mind, because what I realize is everything that's ever happened in my life was probably going to happen anyway. I've now surrendered, and things are just easier because I'm no longer fighting them. I want this. Well, just say, whatever I meant to get, and even better, because you never know where you're going to end up. The universe, your soul has great things for you. And it is us that doesn't let it happen, because our thoughts say we want this, and we're putting ourselves in this little box. But when you break through that box and say, I'm open to whatever, it's going to delight and surprise you. So just let it delight and surprise you. And yes, the steps are a bit scary, but I would do it again 100 times, even though most steps I take are the scariest things I've ever done. So here we are in a healing session once again. And thank you all for coming, because the energy that we are going to create together is beautiful. It is going to bring healing to ourselves, to our families, to our friends, to our pets, to our homes. And of course, we're going to send it out to this beautiful world and all of humanity. We're going to send it to the darkest places of this planet, because it is the love of God, the love, the light, this intelligent love that loves us all, that holds the space. And in that space, darkness, lies, fear, worry don't stand a chance. So we're all in this together, and let's get started. It's 9:33. Sorry, I just had a lot to say. I think out here I'm a little bit lack of people to talk to. So yeah, you guys get the brunt of it today. I felt chatty today. So here we go. I'm going to play the music. Please let me know if there's a good balance with it. I am starting to find music that I can use. I bought something, but I haven't found the right music. So I'm going to use a copyright and get in trouble from YouTube. But you know what? This is just out there for sending love to whomever and everyone. So let's just do it and forget about all that. Okay, so now I'm going to share the music, and then I would like you to tell me if you can hear both me and the music, and if it's a good balance. If the music's too loud or I'm not loud enough, just let me know and I'll balance it as best as I can. That was just me drinking water, so here I go. If I'm talking like this, is the music? Oh, that comes up. Okay. Oh, it's good. All right. Drink a cup of water and let's begin. Music's too loud. Okay, good. Thank you for telling me. I'm going to lower the music. I can't tell from my end. You guys hear it a little bit different. Okay, I lowered it down. Is that better? Lower the music even more? Okay, perfect? Okay, wait. I just touched something. Is it still perfect? Good? Okay, all right. Perfect. Well, thank you, everyone. All right, excellent. I got a good bunch of yeses there and goods. All right, so for those of you who are laying down, you'll probably fall asleep, and that's completely fine, because this loving energy that comes through will work on you just as good if you're sleeping or if you're awake. Sometimes it'll actually put you right into sleep or meditative state because your mind's getting in the way and they want you out of the way. We're all in this together. Lots of love. So we just want to relax. If you want to stay awake and conscious, have your back straight. That just kind of keeps you more alert. We're going to allow breath. And as you're breathing, I'm not going to tell you how to breathe. Just breathe deeply to bring this beautiful, loving air into every cell of your body. And then exhale. And as you're exhaling, you're letting go of any stresses, worries, anxieties, anything that does not serve you. To allow some more deep breaths, filling up your tongue.
Music just got super loud.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you for telling me, because I can't hear it on this end. Oh, I need to shut it off.
Thank you. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Tell me if it's okay now. It's good because my eyes are closed. I wasn't looking. Is it better?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right. It's frustrating when you can't hear me in the music, so it's good that you let me know. Thank you. All right, so we're allowing these deep breaths to come in. And everyone, we're in this physical body. And as we're healing, there's like beautiful beings of light that are coming in. And you're all getting your own team with them. It might be one, it might be two, it might be more. But these beautiful beings of light that come in are specialists at what they need to do for you. And the way they come in is they're working with your higher self. Your higher self is in complete control of this healing. All we're doing is creating this space for these beings of light to come through. And they work with your higher self to release whatever is up for healing for you today. We heal layer by layer. And in this layer that's going to be released this evening, very, very full of many different aspects of you. Beliefs, traumas, sadness, experiences, abandonment, self-esteem issues. Whatever is up for release, just give permission. You can say something as simple as, I am ready to release whatever's up today. Understand it. I don't have to relive it. I'm just letting it go. Just take a few quiet minutes, and if any emotion, memories come up, just honor them and let them go. Like you're in a bubble of liquid love. And as you're being worked on, all the balancing of your chakras, meridian systems, and clearing out of your auric field and biofield are all happening all at the same time. We're bringing pure love and light, and we're illuminating anything that is up for healing. Anything that is seen or unseen, hidden all levels, there is nothing that can hide powerful light that is here for you today. As you're breathing this beautiful light in, every cell of your body is so excited. As this dense energy that's no longer needed, pulled out of your field, pulled off the earth plane and dealt with accordingly. It cannot and will not come back. After this, you're going to be like more balance, more at peace. And they're going to continuously work during this healing session. We're also going to add the intention now that this healing session be made available to everyone in your family. I just changed the volume a bit. Everyone in your family is receiving this beautiful healing. Again, we cannot force it, but we're making it available to them at this time. We're including any pets that you may have. And at this time, you can add any special intentions for anyone or anything that you may be concerned about, worried about, and been thinking about. You do not need to say what their issues are. It is already known by these beings of light. Just simply say, I'm asking for a healing for either myself or for this person or that person. They can be in another country. It doesn't matter. You can send that intention now. They will be included. We're asking for a clearing of your homes. Because when we cry or have fights or arguments or frustration, that energy lingers. And we are asking these beings of light to clear away any negative energies from everyone's home. We're asking any imprints, any stale, lower energy that's stuck to be transmuted and dissolved, removed from their homes. We're asking for the love of God to replace that energy with light. And a lot of people will say they can feel that shift. We're filling up everyone's homes with this beautiful love, this light energy that is surrounding everyone in the home. It's not just the walls, it's the floors, it's the furniture, it's the appliances, it's every piece of furniture. The molecular structure of the entire house is being cleansed at this time. Our healings continue, and now we are going to send a special intention that this beautiful, loving light that is intelligent and powerful and here to help humanity is now flowing. It is actually flowing very powerfully. We're starting with Ontario, and we're having it just spread over all of Canada, North America, the oceans. We are wrapping Mother Earth, all countries, all body of waters in this beautiful healing energy. We are adding a huge burst of energy to the darkest places of this planet, to the deep oceans, the love of all marine life and animals in the forest and plants in our atmosphere. We're actually going to even extend this to all the ETs that are helping humanity, to all the star systems out there, because we are just more than planet Earth. We are a galactic, beautiful collection of beings. We have so much support that we don't fully understand. We don't need to understand, but we are being supported. We are loved. And many people may start to feel a vibration in their cells. tingling sensations, waves of heat. And if you're feeling them, great. And if you're not, that's okay. They're still working on you. Some of us are just more sensitive than others, but we're all included in this beautiful healing energy. You want to give permission yet again. If there is an issue in your life, may we shine extra light on that issue, whether it's a conflict, a relationship issue, an illness, something that's not in alignment, negative thought patterns. We're asking to resolve any past life traumas that are ready for healing, ancestral wounds, genetic karma, karmic loops. We're asking to break any contracts, agreements, vows, or oaths made in any timeline, knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously. We might be affected by so many things we don't need to understand, but we can just give permission that anything that needs to heal at this point is welcome. And just allow the love to flow through you. We allow this love, this light to penetrate through Mother Earth. And we ask Mother Earth's energy to come up through our feet and through our legs, our knees, our hips, our stomachs, and our hearts. We thank Mother Earth and all the elementals of this planet and all the beings of light that are here today, that are part of our healing. And we know that we always have access to them. All we ever need to do is ask. Some of us might feel waves going up and down our bodies. You may feel warm then cold. You may feel vibrations or see colors. You might be having an emotional response. Just let it go. You don't need that energy anymore. We are being free from any attachments or regrets or embarrassing thoughts that keep recurring or negative thought patterns. We're asking that we be released from all this and have positive thoughts, loving thoughts come in instead. We're asking that any timelines that are no longer serving us be shut down, and may beautiful timelines for our highest good be opened at this time. We don't have to worry about anything. All that's going to be done is what your higher self knows you're ready for. So we're just surrendering to the love of God and our higher selves that know what's best for us at this time. We always feel better. We always heal. We always get into the place where we're supposed to. There is only love here, and this love is penetrating through this beautiful planet. And we may not know the lives that get touched, but we can be for certain that there are many. And if there's anything or anyone that's coming up for healing, there's a memory or a person, you may want to send forgiveness and just simply say, I forgive you. And then always remember to forgive yourself. You want to break and pull apart and transmute any stuck energy between you and anyone who's ever hurt you. Set them free, and you set yourself free. The best way to do that is through forgiveness and unconditional love. You don't have to like their behavior. You don't have to understand their behavior. But we don't have to relive in that behavior. Cut your ties to it and let it go. Set yourself free. This is your body. This is your soul. You have every right to be free of the sadness, the hurt someone may have caused you. Breathe in that light deeply and let every cell get its share. And then blow or exhale all the stuff you no longer need. It's no longer yours. Release yourself from anything that had you trapped or stuck. Any situation that you couldn't let go and you kept thinking about, today is the last time you think about it. It no longer controls your thoughts. It no longer controls who you are. You are a divine being of light, and we want your magnificence to shine. There's a golden light. You might see it as a golden blanket, but it is beautiful. It is healing. It is warm and comforting. It is now coming out of the ethers, and it's wrapping all around you, bringing calmness, letting go of any post-traumatic stress. It is giving you a cleansing and a healing that is so majestic and powerful. There's a calmness and a peace coming over you, as anything that is ready to release is being pulled out. You are being love is going to be yourself and this feeling of peace that you have is something that you can always return to with just this thought. I'm ready to feel the peace. I know I am protected. I know I am loved. I know I'm important. know I am worthy. I know I deserve. Your innate smart body system, your immune system has just been activated to the highest level. That's part of how human evolution we're in at this time. Our bodies, they're self-healing, they're on alert. And as this negative energies leave, our bodies can work to higher efficiencies. You can make any intentions you wish for yourself or others or this beautiful planet. We're sending out peace and love. We're holding the light for those who can't. May everyone know their magnificence. May everyone know their importance. May they have an opening of their heart that they can feel love for themselves, even if for the very first time. Each and every one of you is going to place this beautiful bubble of liquid love. And this bubble's there to protect you. Keep your energies balanced, keep you in alignment, keep you connected in peace and love. And it's with you always. You are never alone. You are loved, you matter. Whenever you feel the need, just ask for the help that's there for you. It's always there for you. Ask and you shall receive. Beautiful energy is still flowing. We're going to allow the music to play for another minute or two. You just may want to be with the energy. Enjoy the feeling, the peace that you're in at this time. Thank all the beings of light. Thank everyone on the call for coming together, for planetary healing, personal healing, as we move into into this new energy on this planet Earth. We say yes to love. We say yes to light. We say yes to peace. We say yes to the ascension process. And for those who are ready to come out of meditation, healing, you can wiggle your feet and toes. You might feel a little bit dizzy. I am, and that's okay. And for those who wish to stay, I'll let the music play for a few more minutes. You can even hang up and just enjoy this energy. It'll stay with you for the next few days. Drink plenty of water. Rest if you're tired. Eat when you're hungry. Laugh when you want, cry when you want. Whatever emotions are up for healing, just let them be. Okay, everyone. So, for those of you who want to stay in this meditation healing session, you can just simply hang up and stay in it. I am going to give fair warning that I'm going to use the bowl. And all that is a vibrational bowl. It may not sound perfect when it comes through the speakers, but the intention is, and it works just the same, it's just to push out that energy a bit quicker that you're processing. So it kind of brings you back to good. The dizziness can go, brings you back to grounding. It's using vibrational medicine, so it's very healing at the same time. For those people that come into in-person sessions, they say the bowl is one of their favorite things at the end. All right, so I'm just going to put in. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to use it bowl. I'm just letting you know because some people don't like the bowl, so they may want to just hang up. There we go. So good. I'm gonna do it one more time. My dizziness is going away. Beautiful. Okay, so for those of you, that was pretty powerful today. Yeah, you know, there's many reasons for it. It's everyone's energy. It's the new season. There's that energy behind that. Every minute of the day, the planet on this earth is increasing in light. So every time we get together, it is going to be more powerful because there's more light on the planet to speed up our healing. For those of us, some of us think, hey, I'm healing too quickly. Things are changing too quickly. It's scary. Take a deep breath. Talk to your higher self. Talk to the beings that love you so much and say, hey, slow it down. I sometimes often will say, hey guys, slow it down. It's too quick. I need to take a deep breath. And sometimes I need to just touch something like my desk. Okay, I'm still here. I'm still, there's just so much shifting happening. And for those of us who are sensitive to the energies, we can be dizzy sometimes. Our physical bodies need to adjust to this energy. So be kind to your body. Rest when you need to rest. Drink lots of water. Drink lots of water. I mean, I would say only drink water, but I'm a coffee and tea fan as well. So what I do is every time I have a cup of coffee or tea, I drink 2 glasses of water so I don't get dehydrated. I try to eat whole foods. Now, I'm not a nutritionist, but unprocessed foods. If you're feeling a little bit blue and you're feeling a little bit down, eat some blueberries. They seem to change my mood pretty quick. So it's kind of doing little things that will benefit you. Go for a walk, talk to your guides, meditate, even if it's for 5 minutes. Breathe deeply. You can always remember this feeling that you had today and just say, may that feeling come back. There's so many different ways that you can tap into that connection. So if there's no questions, we'll end the call. I'll just upload this to YouTube, probably uncut. Hopefully the music wasn't that in and out. It's really hard to, from here, it didn't feel like the music was on, just so you know. At one point, I think it was completely shut off, but I think you guys hear it differently. So you're all very welcome. Sleep well, and I think we're due for some warmer weather, so let's enjoy that. Get outside and just enjoy life. All right, everyone. Have a great night. Sleep well and drink lots water. All right, perfect. All right, everyone. Thank you for all the kind words. You're all very welcome, and thank you for joining. And we will see you again on Wednesday, March 29th at 9 p.m. All right. Here we go. All right, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.